This video is only one part of an in-depth review, so check out the rest at thegoodride.com. Thanks for watching. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the Good Ride and the Jones Ultracraft. We rode with Adidas Tactical ADVs, Union, Atlas, Union Falcors,
Ride C10s, Ride C8s, and we're gonna try them with the Jones Mercury, the now drives.
Nope, the Jones Mercury and the Jones Apollo.
The Jones Apollo.
Yep.
Some planetary shit.
And so we had great conditions, just great groomers. A couple inches of ugly powder.
Rode this up on the summit in just some hairy shit. And then into some like 2 inches of powder over some ice blocks that I still have a bruise on my calf from.
This is a new board for this year. Totally shape is the same as, remember, the old Ultracraft had a carbon fiber top sheet, and it was meaner, it was damper, it was stronger than the regular hovercraft. This year they switched it up. It's now lighter, it's poppier, it's more dynamic, but not as damp and as mean as the old Ultracraft. So it's a new kind of board. As far as sizing goes, this 56 was perfect. We compared this 56 against the hovercraft 56, the 61 Ultra flagship, and the 61 flagship, and
this
just a perfect comparison. These are the original founders of the Jones line. These are their flagships.
They are.
No pun intended.
Yeah, but this 56 is perfect. Feels like a 70, like a 69, you know? Yeah.
74, 76.
Like a 69.69 420, you know?
But it fit us right. It felt like the weight was right. Our boot size was right, maybe, but I wouldn't go too big on boots. I'd kind of keep it at 10 and under for this, so you can really get your carbs on and really feel like the racy side of it. As far as the shape goes, you can see it's very directional. It's got a little taper, not a lot. It's got camber between the feet, going to some early rise in the nose and tail, and that early rise is bent up and out around the sides.
Yeah, it's got that spoon.
Peter's gonna give you the spoon. They have a spoon nose and tail. And you don't feel it on groomers, but you feel it in powder. And that's pretty cool. The camber does not bend up.
Yeah, you don't feel it forgive you in the groomers.
Yes, it is not forgiving or loose.
No.
It is a very stable, very powerful. You can skid turns with this.
Sure, in intermediate's really not gonna have that much fun.
It's got a forgiving camber profile, but the shape and the width and the side cut kind of make it less forgiving than you would think. The flex on this.
This is for this is for a rider who truly knows what they want.
Yeah, and it's a stiff flex. It's very comparable to the regular hovercraft. I felt this was just a touch easier to butter in the tip and tail, but boards vary. You know, wood, the way they're built, but they don't all match up. But it's close enough to say like
you're not
really
getting
close.
this board to butter.
No.
But
the pop on this, it was easier for me to pop this because it's a little lighter, feels a little lighter, feels a little more energetic. Neither of these boards are just the easiest to ollie.
They're not. Yeah, you're not. Once again, you're not really getting this to like pop off little jibs and stuff. If you want to send big, really aggressive airs,
just more tail than you would think.
Yeah.
And speaking of speed, the hovercraft was faster than the Ultracraft. The Ultracraft might have a better base, might not. We're not sure. They both have really nice black bases. I think the hover usually has the 7700 base or something like this, and this has the 9900. But the hovercraft was damper at speed. It absorbed more chatter. It bombed better. And
it was more comfortable at speed.
Yes.
This is, and once again, you're still like, you're going into the absolute upper echelon of like your race style, ultra bomber, super fast boards. This still beats out almost every other balmy, like straight liney board I've ever tried in my entire life.
Ultralight kind of tech boards.
Yeah.
It's very damp for an ultralight. The base would glide probably a little longer than the hovercraft coming out of a powder. You know, coming out of a powder stash and you got a long way back to the chair.
This is still for that type of rider who really wants to, you know, hot wax their board and is already such a fast rider.
Yeah.
You know.
Uneven terrain, I love how this just sucked up things, especially for an ultralight. But again, it's behind the dampness is behind the hovercraft. And
which
kind of
is
behind
above
the
almost every
flagship,
other board in the world.
and kind of on par with the Ultra flagship. So pretty
I felt
damp.
it was way more damp than the flagships.
Oh, I thought these were both pretty similar in terms of they would chatter more. Where the regular flagship I thought was more on par with the hovercraft.
Ooh, I felt these absorbed.
Well, you were going faster than me, so you would know a little more.
These ones were more stable at speed.
Yeah, and the edge hold was very competent.
Very competent.
It gripped well. Again, I liked how the edge held at higher speeds better on the hovercraft than this, but the Ultracraft did a great job holding its edge too, and it didn't buck out much at all. And it can hold in hard to icy snow. And turn initiation and carving, slow.
It's slow. It's slow edge to edge. It's not meant to be a super fast edge to edge board, but you know, once you're locked into that carve, it loves to just do long, just wide, sweeping, ultra fast turns down the mountain. It doesn't love to just like circle carve. It doesn't want to go around every little, you know, bump, nook, and cranny. That's not what this board is trying to do. This
I could
board,
circle carve better with the flagships than I could.
way
with this.
better.
And speaking of like a cousin of theirs, yes, they're under the same distribution company. If you're on an Optimistic, when you get that over on edge, or a Y, when you get that they're slow edge to edge too, but then they have this deep side cut. So when you get on those, they just, you know, scoot around. They can circle carve. They make a really tight radius turn. This does not. This is long, wide, drawn out. If this is a surfboard, this would be a quad, wouldn't it?
it'd be a quad gun.
Oh, and powder. We didn't get much powder. We got a couple inches on some pretty hard snow, and I wouldn't even call it a powder day. We've had this shape in powder, not the Ultracraft, but the Hovercraft, in deep powder, a couple feet of thick Sierra snow, and this thing floats like a champ. It's almost up there with some of the best powder boards. This could easily be your powder board. I don't like it, quick turns in the trees and, you know, kind of negotiating through tight spots.
But because of the spoon tech,
out of the powder.
But because of the spoon tech in powder, it definitely does better than you would imagine.
Yeah, for sure.
Much better than on groomers when you're trying to do quick churns. And the great thing about this board is like it can do great in powder, and then it also is just such an epic.
Don't put this away when the powder's done.
Don't put it away when the powder's done. There are so many other powder boards. They
point it.
Yeah.
Carve.
Absolutely point it. Carve hard.
Go be the best you can be on groomers with this.
Yeah, be positive. Call your relatives and loved ones. Be thankful in life and just love each other. Thanks, Nick, for helping me with my website. Yeah, and BC too. I mean, you know, he's here sometimes.
I try my best.
Yeah.
I try my best.
He appreciates you as well, even though he'll never say that.
All our reviews are a best effort, objective opinion from an average rider's perspective. There's no brand oversight, and we're free to say whatever we want. We send back everything unless it's a favorite, then we ask to keep those or straight up buy them. Now, if you need advice, fill out the eHarmony profile in the Contact Us section of the site. It's the only way I can help you properly. If you want to support us, and if what we reviewed appeals to you, it helps if you buy through our links. So, thanks for watching.